Well, good evening, good afternoon. We are leaving the JBS plant in Greeley, Colorado. Let me put my seatbelt on. What a cluster. What a cluster. Two trucks try to jump in front of everybody. They're lined up there in the turning lane. It happens. Get these guys, they see the trucks in the turning lane. They think they're just parked there. They're not just parked there, they're waiting to get in. So word to the wise, if you come to the JBS plant in Greeley, Colorado, you see a bunch of trucks in the turning lane. Not parked on the dirt, but in the turning lane. Don't just go around them and pull into the driveway behind the truck that's in the driveway already, because that's what everybody's waiting for, him to get out of the way. But some guys don't use the brains, so I got to get out of the truck, or somebody else has got to get out of their truck and kind of remind them, hey man, why don't you try using your brains every once in a while? We're sitting here in the turn lane for a reason. We're going to turn into JBS, but there's a truck in there right now. Believe me, in no bigger hurry than I am. Anybody who knows me knows I'm always in a hurry, even when I don't have to be in a hurry. I'm about to lose a green arrow. And I saw a couple of trucks get turned around, probably because they didn't have their trailer washed out. You gotta wash the trailer out, man. In fact, people take their trailers to our place to have them washed out. JBS will not take a dirty trailer. The one in Cactus will. They're going to charge you, but they do have a washout there. A lot of these Tysons have their own washout. Man, that was close. I'm gonna wait on this truck. I probably could have got out there before he got here, but I'm heavy and this truck's a little slow in takeoff, so we will wait uno momento. Centos, the uniform people. That's what it says on the side of their truck anyway. They're the uniform people. Sioux City, Nebraska is where this is going, which is what I figured I was going to get. I figured I'd either get that or, see, that guy's taking way too many chances there, or a Cactus, Texas. So you never know how fast these people are going. The speed limit's 45 through here. But, man, some of these people will just blow through here 70 miles an hour. And you go to turn in front of them and they're going that fast. They're going, I mean, they're catching up to you quicker than you think. Central Time. I ought to get there about, I don't know, 9:30 tonight. Day started out a little cool, but I mean, it's January, northern Colorado. Really wasn't bad, but it's warming up. It's nice. That JBS and the one in Cactus is they got the dirt lot and they're just a dusty mess, and if it rains or snows they're a muddy mess. The one in Grand Island's concrete. Everything's concrete. It's a much nicer facility. But I'm not going to get in a hurry. Tell myself that. I got plenty of time. I tell myself that. Now. There's a car coming, so let me go slow and make sure I stay in this lane. He got hit by the light anyway. started, I know I'm an old man, right? Back in my day. But I did. I started at about 18 cents a mile. Pay's gone up dramatically. You know, guys are out there making over 60 cents a mile now. Some more than that. Of course, you're doing specialized stuff. You're getting better pay. Oversized, things like that. Explosives. But, you know, I was talking to somebody and they were asking me about like what I was making when I was in Alaska and this and that. I told them, they said, wow, that's good money. I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, man. He said, I'm just not making it where I'm at, you know. And he's been driving for a long time. He's a smart guy. And I said, go to Alaska. I said, you know, go up there and get a job on the slope, man. 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off. It's like having a vacation every 3 weeks. Oh, man, it's cold up there. Yeah, it's cold up there. What's your point? You want to make money or you don't want to make money? I get it, it's cold up there. You don't think other people up there don't feel the cold? They feel the cold. But if you need to make money, I'm not saying stay up there forever. Go up there for a season and put some money away. You know? In other words, get out of your comfort zone, man. Sometimes you got to do that. People, you know, who are successful, and I'm not saying I'm necessarily successful, but there are people out there who get successful because they do the uncomfortable. There's a lot of things I don't like doing that I do. Do it all the time. Let's see if I can. Yeah. See, these guys are supposed to be doing 35, but they're not. A cop's usually working this. Very few jobs where you can work and make good money and be comfortable and do whatever you want to do. Driving in the oil field in West Texas, you know, and again, talk to guys. Hey, man, making pretty decent money. Oh, man, it's hot and dusty, and you're dragging, you know, hoses and loading hoses and unloading hoses and hooking up the stuff. You gotta go up there and gauge tanks and all that. Yeah, it's true. You do. You got to do all of that, every bit of it. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, hot, cold. Yep. Unless the road is impassable because you got too much weather, you got to go. That pumper calls in, he needs that oil pulled off those tanks. You're absolutely right. You know what? It's going to be a long time before an autonomous truck can do that job, because that job's not just about driving. There's a lot more stuff you have to do. more stuff you have to do outside of the truck, the less likely you are to have your job taken by an autonomous truck. Kenworth, going the other way. Being that bad. So we'll make a stop in Schuyler, Nebraska. That's usually where I stop. Make sure the reefer's got, you know, enough fuel to where it's still going to have 3/4 of a tank when I get to South Sioux. About 560 miles. Dispatch says 555, but that's taking a county road or something. Yes, I don't do. So 5 miles difference. I don't complain about that. Actually, sometimes I can beat their miles on certain loads. Like Holcomb, Kansas to Amarillo, Texas. I think they say that's 542, and I can do it like 536. It all evens out. Smell that feedlot back there. The wind must be blowing this way or something. We've got one small feedlot around where I live. Now you go about get out. Bison are stubborn. They're hard to round up and get back in once they get out. They are just really, really stubborn animals. Very stubborn. You'd think they were all females. I'm joking. I'm joking. Kind of. Of course I'm joking. Bad enough hitting a cow. You don't want to hit a bison. Them Arctic bison up on the Alaska Highway, man, those things are huge. I mean, huge. You see a lot of them in northern British Columbia. I don't think I've ever seen them in Yukon. I'm sure they've got them. You don't see many of them in Alaska. I haven't. And I've talked to other people who say, yeah, you don't really see too many. But they're all over the place in northern BC, man. Up on the Alcan. Farm equipment. Yeah, farm equipment. Two pieces of farm equipment. Oh, they got traffic stacked up too, man. I shouldn't laugh, because if I was in that line, I'd be like, damn it, I'm in a hurry, I got someplace to be. Even if I wasn't. My point earlier was, if you're not making enough money at what you're doing or where you're at, it applies to any business, not just trucking, but anything. Do something different. Step out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're a guy, you're pulling a dry van or something, or you're pulling a flatbed or whatever. Hauling cattle, whatever you're doing. And you're like, you know, I'm gonna see if I can get a company to train me, get into oversized, over-dimensional work. That pays good. I think I'll do that. I've never done it before, but I can learn. would help our oversized guy put his trailer together, put the Jeep on, put the stinger on it, such, put it together, help him change stuff down, just so I could learn. I mean, I really don't have any desire to go out and do oversized work, but everything is a learning experience. You learn a little bit of everything. Everything is a learning experience. I may be able to use that knowledge one day. First time I pulled a tanker, it was a learning experience. Or a pneumatic trailer. It was a learning experience. doing 61, I don't know. That's what he's doing. Said anything in a while. Sorry. My mind was wandering, I guess. I'm trying to just, like, I don't know. Trying to just take my time. So this guy's doing well below the speed limit, whatever reason, don't know. Not gonna worry about it. We're almost to the interstate. It's like a milk trailer. Yeah, I believe it is. I believe it's a milk tanker. Scales are closed. Not that I have any problems, I just, like to just keep rolling. Oh, what's going on up here? Great, we must be coming to a stop. Isn't that wonderful? God's testing me. I said I'm going to take my time, not get in a hurry. And he's testing me. One lane road. I just came through here the other day. This wasn't like this. Between the guy doing 4 miles below the speed limit in front of me, now a 1 lane road. Yep. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Wonder how long this goes, because I haven't seen any oncoming traffic yet. got traffic coming the other way, so maybe it won't be long. Maybe. And we're moving. About 4 minutes. Felt like 20, but it was only 4. I just want to get to Schuyler, Nebraska in time. I'll have to do a stupid 30-minute break there because you can't quite make it to South Sioux from here. If you didn't have to stop for anything, you could. But I got to stop and make sure I got enough fuel in this reefer where it shows 3/4 of a tank when I get there. So. Work on this road. It looks like they're just putting down filling in some holes with asphalt. That's all they're doing. Really need to come in here and repave this whole road. Colorado's not going to do that because in Colorado the road system is like a third world country. And you can hear the asphalt hitting my truck. That's nice. Sticking to everything. Follow up with him and see if they were gonna see if they could go in the computer and turn that noise off. Those about to drive me insane. Like nails on a chalkboard. So backed up. paid by the hour, day cab. He's in no big hurry. And there's no sense of rushing up to these guys. But we're about to come up to the interstate, so. everybody's high with all the weed shops. Why is this guy on his brakes? Dude, why are you hitting your brakes, man? This guy here, I don't know what he's doing. He's hitting his freaking brakes. He's on his brakes for some reason. Like there's nothing in front of him. People who do that, they'll be going down the highway, there'll be nothing in front of them, nothing going on, all of a sudden they'll just start hitting their brakes. And it's like, why? What's the problem? I think maybe they either doze off and then they kind of come to and they hit the brakes so they get freaked out, or they're fiddling with something, their phone or their GPS or something, and then they look up and I don't know, something catches their eye and they think there's something right in front of them. I don't know. But you'll see it every once in a while. Who knows? I love the ones you pass them up, they're doing like 60 and a 75. Then, I don't know, 10, 20 miles up the road, here they come blowing around you. Then another few miles up the road, there they are, doing like 60 and a 75 again. Let's see, way station 2 miles sign coming up. Let's see if the state of Colorado wants to waste taxpayer dollars by having the outbound side scale open or not. I personally say don't waste the taxpayer dollars like that. That's me. That's what I'm looking out for, the taxpayers of the state of Colorado. Got no other reason. Let's see what this thing says. I got a green light either way. That's closed. That's good. The taxpayers of Colorado are safe. The other side's open, but that's the inbound side. That's the first scale when you come. Even though we're a long way from the Nebraska line, that's the first scale. So, it looked like this one was open, but they're a bit backed up. So they're still wasting taxpayer dollars. Oh yeah, they're inspecting. Oh no. Oh no. What a waste of money. How dare you? picked up beef here before. There's a beef plant. I forget. Well, I don't know who owns it now. I think it used to be Montford back in the day. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. I don't think it was Swift and Company. I think it was Montford. I don't. Man, that was years ago. I never stop in this town now. Although I almost had a load to Fort Morgan the other day, but it wasn't ready, so I ended up going to Denver instead, which was fine, give me more miles. Decent road out here. This road used to get pretty rough outside of town here, but they've done some work to it, and it's gotten better, I must say. As much as I rail on Colorado and their roads, I still think most of the drivers are high. We got weed shops everywhere. It's the same thing in Alaska, man. You couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting a weed shop. And you could just tell by the way people drove, especially in Fairbanks. They must have all been high. Probably shouldn't have done it. I hired another driver. I was telling you earlier in the video about how guys were going around everybody who was waiting to get in, because I guess they didn't realize why we were sitting there waiting to turn. And the first guy that did it, I got out of the truck. I was like 3 trucks back, and I said, "Hey, genius, don't you know why we're sitting here?" He's like, "Yeah, all right, I figured it out. I'm gonna, as soon as this truck gets out of the way, I'm gonna pull out and go back around." I don't know. I probably shouldn't have hollered at the guy. We've all had our moments where we're not using our brains properly. So I try not to. You know, you don't see me dog too much on guys about stuff like that, because it happens. It's just, it always seems to happen right there. You know, it's obviously a turn lane that everybody's sitting in. And then a little further back, the cattle trucks do the same thing, because they're waiting to get in at the other side of the plant. So, you know, common sense will kind of tell you what everybody's doing there. But if you're not thinking, I don't know. That's like I hollered at a kid one time, or laid on the horn. We were in Amarillo. There's a double left turn lane, and he was in the inside left turn lane. And I laid on the horn and all that. We went to go. I made him wait until I made the turn in the outside turn lane. And then I got to thinking, he was OTR truck, and I got thinking, you know what? Young guy, he's probably not from Texas, and double left turn lanes are kind of unique. I mean, I know they have them in other states, but in Texas, they're everywhere. They're double left. If you're in a city anywhere, even a smaller city like Amarillo, more than likely, almost every exit, there's a double left turn lane. If it's going onto a major, 4-lane street, it's a double left turn lane. And now, when I was running out of Dallas, going to Albuquerque twice a week, I'd get off the 35 freeway to make a left, and there was always these rock haulers that would run up. They'd run up into that inside left turn lane. I didn't give them a break. Light turned green, I went. I made them stop. They were either going to stop, or I was going to take the hood of their truck off. They had no business being in that inside, and they lived right. They were a local driver. They knew it. But see, they thought I was going to stop. Oh my God, I better stop before I hit them and let them go. No, I'm not going to. Because they knew better than to be in that lane. They knew better than to be in that inside left turn lane. But they were trying to get one over on me. It's not going to work. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. You're going to stop if you don't want your hood taken off. Because you know better. But you're trying to be a douche. So I felt kind of bad after I did it, because hey, guy looked like a young brother, and like I said, he's probably from out of state, didn't realize. Now, there's signs telling you, but he might not have even noticed the signs till he got there. Oh crap, and then it's too late at that point. You just hope nobody gets up beside you and whatever. I mean, we've all got ourselves in a situation like, oh, I'm in the wrong lane or something. But like I said, if he'd have been a local driver, yeah, I'd have showed him no mercy. But I've been there, man. We've all been there, Into a strange town and it's like some of the towns on the East Coast, you're on a 4-lane street, but there's no crossovers. If there's a place on your left, if you're going up the road and there's a place on your left that you have to get to, you have to go down to one of the U-turns where it comes off and it goes around, or it comes off and then there's a light right there, and then you got to come back around on the opposite side to get to it. And the first time you're in that part of the country and you see that, you're like, what the hell? I'll tell you what's stupid. And of course it's in Georgia, because just about everything in Georgia is stupid. The Fulton Industrial Parkway, or whatever it's called, Fulton Industrial, or whatever, on the far west side of Atlanta. It's all warehousing and manufacturing, hence the name Fulton Industrial Boulevard, or Parkway, whatever the hell it's called. And you get on it, and it's a street. It's a 4-lane street, surface street. It's not a freeway. It's a 4-lane surface street. No trucks in left lane. Well, I got to turn left up here, and I'm not exactly sure where my left turn is. So now I've been to this place I was going to several times, so I knew. But I'm thinking, what if I don't? What if I'm not sure where that left turn is? Am I supposed to make the left from the right lane? That's stupid. That's stupid. I know why they do it, because of the red lights. They don't want 2 trucks next to each other at the red lights, blocking traffic. I get that, but I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to live with that. You're just gonna have to live with it, because that's stupid. If there's left turns, then no lane restrictions. Now, I could be a smart ass and make that left from the right lane and totally just block traffic. And then when a cop comes up to, what the hell are you trying to make a left turn out of the right lane? Well, the sign says no trucks in the left lane, so I gotta make a left. What you want me to do? I'm going by your sign. Can't write me a ticket when I'm going by your sign. No, man, it's stupid. Selma, Alabama, the same way going through town. Now, I'm just going through town to Selma anyway. I get in whatever lane I need to get in. If there's a bunch of trucks stacked up and the light's green and I'm coming on, I get in the left lane and go around them. I don't pay attention to that. They want to pull me over. I said, oh, I thought I had to make a left turn up here somewhere. I didn't know. But as stupid as Colorado can be, they don't have lane restrictions for trucks. Well, I mean, you got in Denver, you got the HOV, but that's for everybody. Now, Dallas, great thing about Dallas is most of the express lanes in Dallas you can run in a big truck. I used to do it all the time. You can run them in a truck. I advise you not to if you've got like a 62 mile an hour truck, because you're just going to piss everybody off and you're going to make it to where they're going to start banning trucks. Because most of those express lanes, the speed limit is 75, even through town. So if your truck needs to be able to do at least, I would say 72. Now some of them are multi-lane, like the ones on LBJ Freeway, they're multi-lane, so it doesn't really matter. But if it's a single lane and they allow trucks, if you've got a really slow truck, stay out of them. And I think let's see. I think the one on the airport freeway, which is 183, I think it's multi-lane. 35 one isn't. On the south side. I don't know, I haven't been in Dallas in a minute. I haven't lived there in a minute. I've been there once since I lived there. Well, I went through Fort Worth a while back. But other than that, I can go the rest of my life. Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. I'm good. Oh, wow, a big gust of wind. Holy crap, that just came out of nowhere. And I'm loaded. I thought it was going to blow me over. I mean, I could hear it. It's still blowing. It just come out of nowhere. That's crazy. I can kind of see it now looking at the grass. Freaked me out. Miles of Julesburg, that's where the state line is. Wow, that wind just came out of the blue. Glad I got a heavy load on. Coming through here empty, they're liable to get blown over. It's almost happened to me twice, once in Nevada and once in Kansas. And both times I saw my back or my trailer tires come up off the ground a couple of times. I'm like, whoop, just keep slowing down. over an hour. I'll go ahead and shut this video down. I do appreciate you watching. And like and subscribe and all that. You know, keep us in the algorithm. And thanks for sticking around with me. I know my videos aren't the most exciting in the world, but this is trucking, man. This is what it is. A lot of boredom. Some excitement, but a lot of boredom. Alright guys, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next time.